Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Abror?
Yes.
I can see you, Abror. How are you?
Good.
Class. Oh, class. Class, any class. Okay. Abror, last time we worked with you on four operations. Okay. But then after that, I decided to do some very quick revision about about integers and rational numbers. Okay. And after that, we'll continue with equations, inequalities, and after that, rate, ratio problems, and word problems. And after that, we will see. It's going to take maybe a couple of months to cover these topics. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, number system in elementary school, you studied, what is this? Counting numbers. And after that, counting numbers, what are counting numbers? Numbers that we use to count the number of objects or people, right? Like one, two, three, four, five. So we call this natural numbers and counting numbers. And how about if you add 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we call this whole numbers. And also you studied this in fourth grade and fifth grade. And sixth grade, maybe fifth grade, you were introduced to integers, right? So now you're adding negative numbers, okay? So now with you, we'll practice operations on integers. That means how do we add two integers? How do we multiply? How do we divide and subtract, okay?
Mm.
We learned this, but I don't want to review this one more time so that you have stronger, what is it, knowledge about this concept. Can you read from the top? What are these? Let's read together. Read it.
And the number one, two, three, four are
Numbers.
numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, or also called positive integers. The corresponding negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, -4, are called negative integers. The positive integers and 0 together with the negative numbers are called integers.
Okay,
0
now
is
stop here.
an
So the positive integers and 0 together with the negative numbers are called integers, right? So integer means a simple, it's a real number. It doesn't have, what is it? It doesn't have decimal part or fraction part. All right, continue.
0 is an integer but is neither positive or nor negative.
It's neither positive nor negative. So 0 doesn't have sign. It's not positive, it's not negative. Okay, that's a neutral number. So if you just move to the right of 0, numbers are positive. To the left of 0, they are negative numbers, right? So if you draw a number line, so right in the middle of the number line, usually we place 0. And if you just move to the right, you see positive numbers, right? To the left, you see negative numbers. Okay. So now actually, how do we arrange numbers? You should just draw a number line. And after that, for example, if you want to find positive 2, you have to move to the left 2 units from 0. And negative 3 from 0 to the left 3 units, right? So read the first
Mm.
question.
Explain one. Draw a number line to represent,
Represents.
represent to the integers.
Draw a number line. So they're asking that we need to draw a number line. Suppose that is our number line. And draw a number line to represent the integers. Okay, I don't have 0. Let me just label this one as 0, not to get confused. So what is 6 and 8? 6 and 8 are positive numbers, right? If 6 is here, then 8 should be somewhere here, right? To the right of 6. Because as you move to the right, numbers increase. And how about negative 2? 1, 2, negative 2 is here. 3, 4, negative 4 is here. So these are the numbers on the number line, right? Okay. And how about
Mm.
numbers greater than 3, negative 3? So we draw a number line. And here we put negative 3 here. And all number to the right, they are greater than number three, like negative two, negative one, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? I can write here negative two, negative one, 0, 1, 2, 3. All these numbers to the right, they are greater than negative three. Okay, this just some idea about integers. Okay, now last time we talked about absolute value. Okay, let's read one more time. Absolute value of an integer. Read it.
Position of -2 and 2 on the number line indicates that -2 more
Is
than
less
2,
than.
less than the 2, but they are of the same distance from 0. -2 and 2 are said to have the same absolute volume.
So negative
The
2 and 2 are said to have the same absolute value. If you remember, Abror, here we know absolute value of negative 2 is equal to 2. Absolute value of 2 is equal to 2. Why? Because they are equidistant from 0, right? Okay,
mhm,
continue.
absolute volume of an integer is its distance from 0 on the number line. The absolute volume of an integer is always positive.
Okay, the absolute value of an integer, of course, if it is not 0, is always positive. All right.
We write the absolute volume of integers x as x.
That's absolute value of x, right?
Mhm. This
Mhm.
-2 absolute volume 2, 2 absolute volume 2.
Okay, good. And now example 2. This is just the definition last time we studied this. Read example 2.
X. Give me the integers -8, 9, and -20. Arrange the integers in ascending order.
Ascending order. Ascending.
Ascending order.
What does ascending order mean?
Are no.
From the smallest to the biggest.
Uh,
The aeroplane ascends, the aeroplane descends, right? Ascend means going up. Descends means it
yes.
going down. So ascending means from the smallest to the biggest is going up. Okay. So look at the numbers negative 8, 9, and negative 20. Which one is the smallest?
Negative. No, wait. -8.
Negative 20,
No.
right? Because on the number line, here we have negative 20, right? And moving to the left, here we have negative 8, and here we have 0, right? And here we have 9, right?
Mhm.
Because negative, as you move to the left, the numbers get more negative, which means it gets less and less. So the smallest one is negative 20, and next smallest one is negative 8. And the largest of these numbers is 9. Okay? Now it
Mhm.
says find the absolute value of the integers. So what is absolute value of negative 20?
20.
Is 20. What is the absolute value of negative 8?
8.
8. And what is the absolute value of 9?
9.
9. Read question C.
Arrange the absolute volume of the integers in descending order.
Descending order. Descending means from the largest to the smallest. Okay?
Mhm.
Arrange the absolute value. Arrange the absolute values of these integers, right, in descending order. So look at these numbers. Which one is the greatest here? 28 or 9?
9.
It is 20.
9.
20 is the biggest, right?
Ah.
So absolute value of negative 20, that is 20, that is the biggest. And next one is absolute value of 9. And next one is absolute value of negative 8. Okay? Because absolute
Mhm.
value of negative 20, it is 20. That is greater than 9. That is greater than 8, right?
Mhm.
Okay. How about in this case? In this case, 9 is less than. Sorry, 8 is less than 9. 9 is less than 20 from smallest to the biggest. Okay. Now it says copy and complete the following. Now about the use of integers. You see, integer actually, where do we use negative numbers, Abror? To actually, for example, let's say you spend money, you save money, right? How do I show your expenditure? You're spending money, right? Actually, we use negative numbers. How about your saving? Positive numbers. And how about the temperature? If you look at the thermometer, right, we have 0 degree. Above 0 degree, we use positive numbers. Below zero, we use negative numbers. That means because at zero, the water freezes, right? And also when we just see sea level, right, above the sea level, we use positive numbers. Below the sea level, we use negative numbers. Okay. Copy and complete the following. Read it.
An ascent
Ascent,
of ascent of negative 20 m mean a
descent of
descent of
20 meters.
20.
You know, if something
Mm-hmm.
is going down or decreasing, or if I say that something is increasing by negative number, that means it's decreasing, the same thing.
A,
Okay, B,
a clock clockwise
clockwise
rotation clockwise rotation of negative 90 means
degrees,
degrees means an anticlone
anti-clockwise in rotation of 90 degrees.
90. Yes.
Clockwise direction means here it is we show negative number. And how about anti-clockwise? It is positive angle or degrees. Okay, C,
Walking 9
9
kilometers
kilometers from east to west,
from east to west mean walking 9 kilometers from west to east.
from west to east, walking from east to west. You see here we have poles, right? The top one is here we have north and south. So this one is east and west, right? And walking 9 kilometers from east to west. So you are walking in this direction, east to west, right? If it is positive, means walking negative in that negative direction. Negative means opposite direction, kilometer from west to east. So that is minus 9 kilometers from west to east. If you just change the direction opposites, right? Also you change the sign. Two,
If negative 6 dispenses 6 m below sea level, then positive 6 dispense.
if negative 6 represents 6 meters below sea level, then positive 6 represents what?
6.
6 meters above sea level, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. B,
If positive 40 dispense
represents
deposit represents deposit deposit $40 in the bank, then a withdrawal of 35 is
if positive 40 represents depositing $40 in the bank, if you deposit some money into your account abroad, it shows positive 40 because you're depositing. Then a withdrawal of 35 is what? It will be
uh
negative $35.
mhm,
Okay, see?
mhm. If positive 60 degrees
Degrees
respect
represents
represent
represents
rot- rotating 60 degrees clockwise, then
clockwise.
negative clockwise, negative 30 represent.
So positive 60 degrees represent rotating 60 degrees clockwise. Then negative 30 degree represents
Sorry.
30. What is it?
Naming that tune.
30. Sorry. Negative 30 represents
Sorry.
30 degrees anti-clockwise. Okay. D.
If positive 45 represents a speed of 45 kilometers per hour of a car moving the east, the negative 45 represents
So if positive 45 represents a speed of 45 kilometers per hour of a car moving to the east, then negative 45 represents, what is it?
.45.
A speed of 45 kilometers per hour of a car moving to the west, right? Because if actually you're representing this one, right, to the east, so that one is you're showing this with 45, right? And now how
Mm-hmm.
about the car in at the same speed when we opposite direction? You show this by negative 45, right? Okay, now let's continue. Okay, now uh, let me just, okay. Question 3. Read the question.
One number,
Suppose
suppose time is
measures
measured in years and zero stands for the year 200, 2000.
0 stands for the year 2000, right? So that means
One
a year,
number,
if you draw a timeline here, so this one is 0, that stands for 2000. Okay. So then what number stands for the year 1999?
one.
Negative 1. Because 1999 comes before 2000, right? What number do
Mm-hmm.
we have 1 year to the left of 0? It is negative 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is negative 1. Question B.
One number stands for the year 220.
What is it?
No, wait, 220. Wait.
It is 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the 0, right? From 0, here this one is 20. That will be 2020. You're adding 20 years. Okay, C.
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
One number stands for the year 1996.
What is it?
Uh, 24.
Negative 4. 1996, right, Abror?
Mm-hmm.
So 1996, that means 4 years back. One, two, three, and 4. So that is negative 4. This one is 1996, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Speak a bit louder. Question 4.
Put the correct thing or
Sign.
uh, a sign or between each pair
Less
of the
than
temperature,
or greater than.
less than or greater than between each pair of the temperature below.
Each pair of temperatures below. All right. Now you can tell me like this. For example, if you for example, let's say it is negative 5 degrees, okay, and there's 6 degrees. You should tell me negative 5 degrees is less than 6 degrees. Okay. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, the first one, negative 4 degrees is less than 4 degrees, right? How about question B?
Mm, 8 more than
B,
negative
B,
2.
question B.
Ah, negative 5 more than 13.
Negative 13,
Um, less than negative 5.
negative 5 degrees.
Yes.
3, C,
Mm, negative 3 more than negative 4.
Greater than, say greater
Yeah,
than
greater
negative 4
than.
degrees. Okay, D,
Negative, negative 8
not negative,
greater
it's just
than,
8, right?
yeah, 8 greater than negative 2.
8 degrees
8 degrees greater than negative 2.
is greater
Negative,
than negative 2 degrees. Okay, how about E?
negative 1 less than,
Negative 1 degree
degrees less than 5 degrees.
less than 5 degrees. F,
Negative 18,
negative 20,
negative 20 degrees less than negative 18
negative
degrees.
19.
19.
Negative 19 degrees, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Quick question 5.
Translate each of the following into a mathematical statements using either of more than or a less than sync.
Translate each of the following, right, into a
Mhm,
mathematical statement using either less than or a greater than sign. Okay. Like
mhm.
a
A
temperature of
temp
5 degrees, negative 5 degrees is colder than a temperature of 12 degrees. How do you write this? Negative 5, right, is less than 12 degrees, right? That's a mathematical statement. How about B?
a again of 200 is better than a loss of 120.
Okay. So that is
Mm,
a gain. That means you make a profit that is positive $200, right? Better means greater than, right? A loss. Loss means that negative, you're losing money, right? Is
mhm.
less better than $120. Because gain means that you make a profit. You're doing some business, right? If you earn money, that's your profit. That's your gain. But sometimes you buy something for $100, but you may have to sell it for cheaper price, $50. At the time, you lose money, right? That is a loss for you. So how do you show your loss in your computer or in your account with negative sign? Okay. C,
Um, a deep
depth.
depth or 40 meters below sea level is lower than a depth of 25 meters below sea level.
So that is a sea level. Okay. And maybe here we have
Mhm,
a kind of mountains, all right. But now we have a sea level under the sea. We have two depths, this first one and the second one, right? So this
mhm,
one is negative 40. Depth means that negative 40. So this one is negative 25, right? A
mhm.
depth of 40 meters below sea level is lower. It says lower. Lower than a depth of 25 meters. That means that depth that is negative 40, right, is less than negative 25. You see how they change word problems into mathematical statement, Abror?
Yes.
Okay, every time I see your mother's name, let me change it. Okay, Abror, let's continue. With question 6,
Arrange the integers in each group in ascending or order.
in ascending order, right? Ascending, what does ascending mean?
Mm,
What does ascending mean? Yes, Abror, what does ascending mean?
Or
From
no.
smallest to the largest, right?
Mhm.
Okay, what number is the smallest here?
Smallest and larger.
What is the smallest number here among this? Negative 2, negative 6, 0, negative 60, negative 90. Which one is the smallest?
Negative 2.
Come on. Draw a number
Negative.
line, right? So here we have negative 90. That's the smallest, right? And
Mhm.
here we have negative 60, right? And after that, here we have negative 6. And here we have negative 2. And here's 0, right? Right?
Mhm.
Ascending means that from smallest to the largest is going up, right? From increasing from the smallest to the biggest. So now I can write here negative 90 is the smallest, and negative 60, and negative 6, right? Negative 2, and 0.
Then negative 19, the smaller number.
And how about B in question B? Which one is the smallest?
Negative 1,000.
Negative 1,500, right?
Yes.
And that is smaller than negative 1, right?
Hmm.
What is next?
Um, positive
1.
2.
1 and 2.
Yeah, one more.
1 and 2. Okay. Arrange it from smaller to the biggest or biggest to the smallest. With question 7,
Use an number line to illustrate
to
each
illustrate,
of the each following.
use a number line to illustrate each of the following. Right, Abror. First, we draw a number line. And actually here we have negative 5 and 5. Suppose always we start with, if we have 0, you start with 0. Okay. So now, what is the smallest number here?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. So I start from the leftmost, right? Here we have negative 5. And next one is
Negative 3.
negative 3. And
Negative 2.
negative 2. And here we have
Positive
0.
5.
And here we have positive 5. Very good. And how about here? Let's draw a number line. And then let me use green here. So here we have starting, right? So here we have, what is it? Negative
Negative
10.
10. Negative 8. Negative 6. Negative 4.
Okay, that's it. It should be negative 2. It's fine. I should change this. So it is 2a, right? All right. C,
The set of the integers greater than negative 4 and less than 2.
okay, greater than negative 4 and less than 2. How do you show this on the number line? So here we have negative 4 greater, right? The first integer is, it should be negative 3. Next one is negative 2. Next one is negative 1. Next one is 0. Next one is 1. So these numbers are greater than negative 4 and less than 2, right?
Mhm.
Okay. D,
The set of the integers between negative 2 and positive 6.
the set of integers between negative 2 and positive 6. So what is the greatest integer less than negative 2? Not the
Uh,
less, it's the smallest integer greater than negative 2. It is negative 1, right?
mm,
So we said negative 1, and here we have 0, and here we have 1, here we have 2, and here we have 3, here we have 4, and 5. Not including negative 2 and 6, because it's saying that greater than negative 2 and less than 6, right? Okay. All right. Now fill in the boxes, and we will finish this part, okay? Fill in the boxes with greater than or less than. And read it and tell me, it is greater than or less than.
okay. Fill in the box and
Yes. The first one.
the first one,
Look, 8 is greater than
8,
negative 8, right?
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
negative 11, -11 less than -6.
Is less than
-6.
-6. Okay, C,
And
zero is,
0 less than -2.
oh no, zero is greater than -2, right?
I greater than great.
Because here we have -2 and here we have 0 to the right. So 0 is greater than -2. And the
Mm,
D, first, can you tell me, Abror, what is -12 squared?
24.
No. And
Mm,
what is A squared? A squared is A times
A,
A, right?
yes.
So -12 squared is -12 times -12. What is -12 times -12?
Um, 144.
144. So 144, is it greater than -12? Negative
No,
200?
no,
Huh?
no.
Yes,
Huh?
because this is positive, right? Positive number is always greater than negative number, right?
Ah, yeah, yeah.
It is greater than, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And Abraham, how about this? What is square root of 64?
64.
It is 8,
Uh,
right? What is square root of 4?
2,
2. What is square root of 9?
3,
It is 3. And how about cube? What is cube root of 1? It
3.
is 1, right? Because 1 cube is
Yeah.
1. And how about cube root of 8?
Um,
2, right?
mhm.
And cube root of 27. So that means that what number's cube is equal to 27? It is 3.
Um,
Cube root of 64, it is 4. And cube root of 125, that is 5. So since cube root of 125 is equal to 5, right? And now if you just calculate this, here we have negative square root of 64 is 8. On the right-hand side, we have 5. Which one is greater, -8 or 5?
negative 5, 5.
5. So that means that negative square root of 64 is less than cube root of 125.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And how
Mm-hmm.
about F? What is cube root of -27?
Um,
Negative
4.
3. Why? Because -3 cubed is equal to -27.
Um,
Okay?
mm,
All right. So here, this one is -3, and this one is -4 because square root of -16 is 4. So which one is greater, -3 or -4?
negative 4.
-3. Because on the number line, here we have -4, and here we have -3, right? -3 is to
Mm-hmm.
the right of -4. As you move to the right, numbers get bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, these are just basic things, all right? And now we will practice how to add and subtract integers. Addition, let's start with additional integers. Okay, read it.
To add two positive integers at their absolute volume, the result is positive.
Okay, addition is no problem. You know how to add two positive integers, okay? You just add, right? 5 plus 6, 11. 2 plus 5, 7. 9 plus 10 is 19, right? It's no problem with this. And how about adding one positive, one negative? Read number 2.
To add two negative numbers at their absolute volume and place a negative sign
Sign.
sign before the result.
Okay, negative sign before the result. And adding two negative numbers. Actually, adding means that moving to the right. Subtracting means that moving to the left. Like, for example, what does this 5 plus negative 10? For example, okay? So you are 5. This is minus 10, right? That means that you are moving 10 units to the left. And how about, for example, negative 2? Let's say here we have negative 2 minus 3 on the number line. Here we have negative 2, right? Minus means move 3 units to the left. That is 1, 2, 3. That is negative 3, negative 4. So that is negative 5. That's why it should be negative 5. So simply, Abror, to add two negative numbers, just add the absolute values of these numbers and put the negative sign, because adding two negative numbers always be negative numbers. For example, find the sum of the following. Read it and tell me the answer. What is negative 3 plus negative 8? So absolute values is 3 and 8, so it will be minus 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And how
Mm-hmm.
about negative 7 and 1 plus negative 4 is 3? Both numbers are negative. Why? We just put minus first and add their absolute values. What is 7 and 1 plus 4 is 3?
100,
Uh-huh.
140.
114, right? 114.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Read it.
Um, why do why do we
Why do we
say that
say
why do we say that the durian is the king of the fruit? To find the answer to the following edition and match the answer, give the outside each box with the correct letter.
durian? Have you ever eaten durian?
No.
Have you ever seen this fruit before?
Yes.
Where?
In the store?
It is very delicious. You should try it.
No.
Why?
It's a bad smell.
It has bad smell.
Yes.
First, try this. After you eat this, you will like it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we love these fruits. And I lived when I was in Malaysia, Myanmar, Cambodia, Thailand, that is the most expensive fruits. Inside this one, fruit part is very delicious. And the first time, the smell is very bad for us, for Uzbek people. But once you try this, you will like this. It is so delicious. But now we want to buy, but it's very expensive here. But they're also expensive. 1 kilo is about $7, $8. Because usually one durian is about 3.5 kg. So that means that for one durian you can buy for like $20 or $25. So the
Hmm?
fruit part will be only 1 kg, but it's very delicious. Of course, at the first time when it smell, it looks like I don't know, maybe bad spoiled onion. But once you get used to it, it's very delicious. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, we are gonna find out the answer to this question. Why do we say that the durian is the king of fruits in what is it? Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Philippines. Okay, we call this Southeast Asia. So that is
Hmm?
the king of the fruit. Everybody almost likes this fruit, loves this fruit. Okay. All right, let's do it, Abror. Now tell me, what is negative 3 plus negative 8?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. All right. And what is 2 plus 7?
9.
It is 9. Okay. What is negative 2 plus negative 11?
Mm, 13.
Negative 13, right?
Negative 13.
Negative 13. And what is negative 8 plus negative 4?
12, negative 12.
Negative 12. 9 plus 6?
Uh, 15.
15. And negative 11 plus negative 10?
21. Negative
Negative.
21.
Negative 21. And when negative 1 plus 17?
Negative
Positive.
uh, positive 18.
16.
Wow.
Because I don't know why did I put this, but if the signs are different, we subtract, right?
Oh, yeah.
I will check the answer now. What is 25 plus 17?
Yo,
Hmm?
40,
2, right?
yes.
Okay. Negative 43 plus negative 16,
Oops. Wait, wait. 50, 59.
negative 59. And now let's place the numbers and we will see, okay? What is negative 13? What letter is it?
Uh-huh.
Negative 13. What letter is it? I, right?
Negative, yes.
I. Okay, that is I. And how about positive 15? T.
40, 15, T.
T. Okay. And negative 13, again, it is I. And negative 59, it is S, right? Negative 21, it is D, right? And
Mm,
42,
E.
E. And negative 20,
Um, we don't have.
we don't have. Um, Negative. Okay, let's continue. Negative 13, it is I, right? And negative 8, it is C. And negative 13 again, it is I. And positive 9, O, right?
O.
O.
Yes.
And negative 12, U.
U.
U. And negative 59,
S.
S. Okay, negative 20, it should be, why we don't have negative 20? I think this should be, it is negative 20, right? So
True. Okay.
this should be negative 19. Okay, that is L, right? So at the time, so this will be negative 20. So this will be L. Okay,
Mhm.
give me a minute. Let me correct this mistake. Otherwise, it will be always mistake. Okay, just a second. L should be negative 20, right? Is it negative 20?
I think so.
Okay, L. Mm-hmm. Okay, L. Negative 19. All right, let's continue. So what is the answer here? Why
It,
actually durian is the king of the fruits?
it is delicious.
Because it is delicious. It's really delicious. Close your nose and try to eat it, then you will see. So once you get used to it, all my kids in the family, we actually love durian. Okay, Abror, the first part is easy. Okay, if it is plus plus or minus minus, when we add, we always add. Positive, positive, the result is positive, negative, negative. Combining two negative numbers, it will be again negative number, but we add. And how about the signs are opposite? One is negative, one is positive. If the signs are opposite, when we're combining them, we always subtract, okay, and put the bigger number sign. That's it, okay. Like for
Okay.
example, Let's say, let me just give some example, you'll understand. What is 2 minus 1?
1,
1, right? And how about 1 minus 2?
-1,
-1, right? That's it. And what is 2 minus 3?
-1,
-1. And what is -3 plus 1?
4.
-2.
Ah,
Because this one is -3 and +1, they are opposite. They have opposite signs, right? When they have opposite signs, when they combine two numbers, we subtract. Because why is it so? Because one thing you are earning money, another thing you are losing money, right? So to find the
mm,
difference, we need to subtract. Okay, for example, today, the last month, your father, your parents gave you $100, but you spent $60. Your spend expenditure means -60, right? Your pocket money is +100. So how much is your saving? 100 minus 60 is $40. And how about 2 months ago, your parents gave you $100, but you spent $150. And how much do you have now? You have -50, right? Because now you owe $50 to someone. You spend more than you have. Okay. So read this, the top, to add.
To add a positive and negative numbers to find the difference of their absolute volume by subtracting the smaller absolute volume from the larger absolute volume, please place the sign of the numbers having the larger absolute volume before the result.
Place the
But
sign of the number having the larger absolute value before the result. Okay, that's the rule. It's really easy. Like, for example, -6 plus 18, right? Opposite sign. Which one is bigger number? Here, it is 18. So 18 minus 6, that is 12, right?
mm,
And how about 23 minus 68? One is positive, one is negative. I subtract. Which one is bigger number? 68. So I know that the result will be negative because you had $23, you spent $68. Now you owe some money. And what is the difference? Difference of the absolute value. 68 minus 23 is, it is 45, right?
mhm.
Okay. And how about if you are given more expressions, you should start with the innermost parenthesis and simplify. Like, for example, first, let's do this one. What is -5 plus -9?
Um, six, 14,
-14.
-14,
Okay, we are done now. And how about 16 plus -21?
negative, wait,
Five.
negative 3.
-5. We subtract, right? Because one is
Mhm,
positive, one is negative.
mhm,
So that means that this 16 it's going up and -21 is going down, right? So the difference
mhm,
is, so -5. And now both are negative numbers. You're combining two negative numbers. -14 plus -5 is -19. Okay?
mhm, mhm.
Come on, let's do two more questions, then we'll finish the class. Next, let's do step by step. Now tell me, what is -13 plus 14?
-20.
No, look, one is negative. What we have here, we have -13, and we have +14, and we have -7, right? So what is -13 and +14? It is +1. And positive, we don't write positive, just 1. Because if the signs are opposite, we subtract, right? And now here we have, you see, plus, and I have here -7. Now again, this one is +1, this one is -7. So we are combining, adding. So we subtract again. 7 minus 1 is 6.
Mhm,
Okay, if signs are opposite, we always subtract, like -5 plus 7. So that is 2 because bigger number is positive. 7 minus 6, it is 1. -6 plus 7, it is 1. -7 minus 1, it is -8. Okay,
okay.
all right. And maybe you are a bit tired. Let's do this as three questions and finish the class. Okay, what is -5 plus 13?
Uh, Wait.
Signs are opposite. So we subtract, right?
Mhm.
The bigger number is 13, so it will be positive. So 13 minus 5,
13 minus 5.
8.
That's 8.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is negative 11 plus 19?
Negative. Wait. So.
It is 7,
Mhm.
right? Because signs are opposites. All right. Then you should be really good. If you're not good at this, we cannot learn solving equations. In equations, every time we're going to see integers from now on. Okay, that's why I decided to review this. Then we will continue with the equations. What is 14 plus minus 7?
721.
No, it is just 7. One is positive, one is negative, right? We subtract.
Uh,
So 14 minus 7 is 7. And
okay.
what is 23 plus negative 12? You see, how can I know this? You can just remember this rule. If you remember, what is a minus a?
8.
0, right? What is 5 minus 5? 0. 6 minus 6? 0. A minus a, 0. And what is negative a plus a? Also it is 0. Okay. So look like, for example, 14, right? This 14, I can write it as 7 plus 7 plus, and here we have negative 7. And this 7 plus negative 7 is equal to 0. And 7 plus 0 is 7.
Mhm.
Okay, how about here? This one is negative 11. But instead of this 19, I can write 11 plus 8, right? Or this should be 8, not 7,
Mhm.
right? So this negative
Mhm.
11 plus 11, it is 0. 0 plus 8 is 8. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to send this to your email. All right. You try to practice as much as you can. You
Okay.
practice and you come to me, and we in the class we practice again. You understand much better. But these things, it must be piece of cake for you, bro. If you don't
Okay.
understand the things well, you cannot learn equations well. Every time you will make a mistake. Okay, you should understand the idea. What is adding two integers?
Okay.
Abror, that's all for today. Have a good night. See you next Wednesday. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.